Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools DIY channel, guys. Another Tuesday countdown to the end of 2025. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. And hey, at least you made it this far. A lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people probably aren't going to make it into the next year. So knock on wood. Hopefully we get there, all of us watching. And anyway, guys, just going to jump right into it as I always do. How long can a home renovation take? And full disclosure, I am promoting my home improvement planner that I put together for you guys as a token of appreciation, for sticking with me this long. Just hit about 30,000 subscribers the other day. Thank you, each and every one of you who has supported the channel and, commented, asked questions. Because believe it or not, I learn from you guys' questions as well. I don't know everything. I just come on here and I try to, teach and what I know or what I can gather. But believe it or not, I learn just as much from you guys as well. Okay. So, and that's how I wanted the platform to be. I wanted it to be where we're all learning together. Right. So anyway, guys, how long can a home renovation take? Let's dive into that and see. Well, obviously, guys, it depends on a lot of factors, right? It depends on how big the home is, how large the project is. Are you going to do one room, two room, three rooms? I don't know. Maybe you're just doing the outside, exterior. It all depends on what you're going to do. But if you're planning to renovate your home, it's very important to have a timeline to keep you on track, keep you organized. And that's how you should approach any project. Okay. It's just the best way to do it. I know we've all heard of horror stories where, it takes longer than expected. People run out of funding. You may get a bad contractor that runs off with your money. And so it's just, things can happen. We know that. So you got to be prepared for those things too. But, barring all those things happening, let's talk about just the regular process of a home renovation and what you should look for. Okay. The first thing you want to do is to ask your contractor, to ask him how long it's going to take. You know what I'm saying? If you have a contractor, right, you may be doing it yourself. Okay. If you have those skills, more power to you. I always admire people that have the skills and they're not necessarily licensed, but they can handle the work. But in a lot of cases, you're going to need to be able to pull permits and all that good stuff. So, you have to be prepared to do that as well. It's not just about slapping stuff together. There's the whole bureaucratic administrative side of it as well. And those permits, they can take forever to get approved, whatever, what I'm saying? It can happen. But yeah, so if you have a contractor, you want to make sure you want to ask them, hey, look, how long is it going to take? Okay. You want to know if they're going to be working on other projects while they're working on yours. And I think I talked about this in another live, because a good contractor is going to be sought after. They're not just going to be working on your job. Okay. So talk to them, pick their brain, see what's going on in their schedule. And that can give you a better idea of how long it will take to get your stuff done. Okay. Another thing a lot of people don't consider is, macro factors, stuff that's beyond your control, like the price of materials, the availability of materials. Remember, we just had the big pandemic where lumber they had a lumber shortage, right? Not to say that can happen again, but you never know, right? So if you want to be smart about your renovation projects, you want to look at all those factors. You want to see if how much things cost. Price is going up. Because if they have, you may not have the funding to get what you want, right? So you may have to wait. Either you're going to wait or you're going to get cheaper materials, which you may not want to do either, right? And once again, it comes down to the availability of the materials and the cost of materials. Okay, so that's one thing you got to look for. Guys, feel free to leave comments on this topic. I'm always get in the chat, get involved, guys, get involved. Okay. I love the back and forth and we can, you could add your 2, 3, 4, 50 cents, and we can all learn together. Okay. So another thing to keep in mind is that even though general contractors are professionals, or at least they got the license, they don't know what they're going to run into on the work site, on a project. They don't know what they're going to run into all the time. Okay. So you got to be prepared for things like that, unexpected things, especially if you're working on older homes or older structures that may require more money and more time. Okay. So keep that in mind, right? A lot of us buy homes, but we don't know what's underneath that foundation. We don't know if the foundation is sound or not, right? We don't know everything unless we get an inspection done before you, which I fully recommend get an inspection. I think I did it live on termite infestations that can pop up if you are too hasty, if you rush to buy a home or buy a piece of property and not get it inspected properly. A termite infestation could cost you to lose your whole investment, right? So you never know what you're going to run into, right? When you're renovating a house or a structure, right? It can, so just be prepared for that. I suggest to get an inspection before you start anything, and to make sure that, especially if you buy something and you buy a property or something like that. If you're into the fix and flip game, and or into the real estate game, just you don't want to lose your whole investment. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. Let me check here. See something. All right, guys. Okay. So what are you gonna, what are some of the biggest renovation aspects of a property that you gotta look for, right? Or if you're gonna work on flooring is a big one. Okay. Once again, it depends on the type of material you're going to use to redo your flooring. I just did a video on hardwood flooring, right? Well, the video was more about the machine you use to buff out an existing hardwood floor and make it look good. But maybe you want to tear it all out. Maybe you want to tear it all out and put new material in there. Okay. That's going to take a while. I'm not going to say it's going to take forever, but that could take, depending on, how diligent you are to work on it, or whoever you have working on it. It could take about 3 weeks to do that. That project that I worked on recently, even though it wasn't a full tear out, it took a while. It took a while to get those floors buffed, okay, sanded. All right. We had machines. The sanding machine broke down, had to go get another one. Once again, those unexpected things, right? And then you're jumping around doing all these other things in the home just to get back to the flooring maybe 2 or 3 days later. So give yourself some leeway, right? You may say, oh, it's going to take a week. Well, I would say 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If you think it's going to take a week, it may take 2 or 3 weeks, right? If it's something big like flooring, if you're doing a kitchen or something, that you're talking about months, right? Consider that. Okay. So flooring, if you're, finishing a basement or something like that, you're talking about the framing you got to deal with, electrical, installing the utilities, drywall, mounting that, insulation, all that stuff. Okay. That can take a couple of months as well. Right. And once again, it all depends on the complexity of the job. Maybe, or maybe if you're a business owner, a customer wants all these, bells and whistles added. That can take a while as well. So long story short, guys, you want to make sure that whatever estimate you have in your head, you may want to double that. You may want to triple that. Why? Because you have to account for surprises, right? You have to account for surprises. You have to account for problems. You have to count if you have workers. You may even have to account for maybe workers quitting on you or leaving, right? You may have to account for yourself not feeling up to the task one day. You may get sick or something like that. And you can't handle it if it's just you doing it, right? So I would say with anything, just tack on maybe a month. Tack on a month onto whatever project you're working on, okay? Just to be safe. And if you finish way before that month is up, then look, you're on. That's good. You're on track, right? But give yourself that space for the unexpected. And I would say that's a life principle in itself. Give yourself that space for the unexpected, right? People are going to do things you don't expect them to do, right? Things are going to happen. Okay, that way you won't get hit in the head, the back of the head with a big surprise. All right. What other rooms in the house that you may that may involve things like I said, finishing the basement? You know, like the master bedroom, for instance. The master bedroom, the kitchen, and the bathrooms. I would say when it comes to renovating a home, it takes the most, right? Because when you're talking about a kitchen, you're talking about plumbing, you're talking about electrical. Then you're talking about cabinetry, right? You may want to replace the cabinetry. You may want to replace all the appliances. Then countertops, right? You may want to get marble countertops or some other, stone, right? Now, the good thing about like cabinetry, right? You can refinish cabinetry. You don't have to take it out. You can refinish it, sand it down, paint it, make it look good. You don't have to take it all out. So it all depends on what you want to do. You may want to replace some things with new stuff, or you may want to just refinish it. Okay, but I would say a kitchen renovation could probably take you around maybe about 6 weeks, maybe, depending, right? So yeah, kitchen. Bathroom is another thing. Okay. Once again, you're dealing with plumbing, especially if you're tearing out stuff, tubs and shower pans, and just and all that stuff, right? Toilets and everything like that. That could take a while too. Okay. That may take even longer because now you got tile. You're dealing with tile. Same with the kitchen, but with the bathroom, is like tile is a big thing, right? If you want the modern look, right? And the tiling process can take a while as well. And it all depends on your skill or the level of skill of your contractor. If you got a real skilled person, they could maybe shave some time off of that. But once again, I would say 10 weeks or something like that to do a bathroom. And then you have additions, right? You may want to add something, like add a new part to your home, right? And they got these things that you guys heard of ADUs. Yeah. They're like separate structures that you can not necessarily add to your home, but you could put in your backyard or something like that. And they're like a mini house. I think, let me see here what ADU stands for. That's, let me see here. Accessory dwelling units. They become really popular over the last couple of years because you can rent them out. It's just, another way to make it's just another stream of income that you can use. You can put in, I think it's a good option. And they got a lot of companies out there that'll build them for you. And, you can just rent it out or just have an extra little house in the backyard or something like that. Okay. Those things can, according to what I've researched, they can take 6 to 9 months to put up. Okay. The turnaround time on an ADU. All right. So once again, it depends on the complexity of your renovation, what you want to do. If it's not that much, it may not take, obviously not going to take as long as adding than if you added an addition or something like that. Okay. So guys, once again, the reason I'm doing this live is to promote my home improvement planner that I put together for you guys. I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. And I want you guys to go grab that. All you got to do is download it. It's $19.95. It's a great gift. But you do have to have a PDF reader like Acrobat or Foxit PDF editor, because you can take pictures with it. You can take before and after pictures. It has a budget calculator in it. I mean, it's just I think it's not the most complex of planners, because I didn't want it to be a super complex planner. I just want a basic planner for you guys to get started on your home improvement project. Bring in the new year in an organized fashion, ready to go, motivated. Okay. Let's see here. Let me put the link in the chat for you guys. Hey, Perigord Light, how you doing? Perigord Light says sometime an incentive / contract progress bonus deduction project contract may help to keep the renovation on track. Yeah, that's there you go with that. Now that's an accountant talking right there. Okay, guys. So yeah, she knows about contracts, and paperwork, and all that stuff. But I get what she's saying, right? Pretty much, if you want to keep the renovation on track, it's good to have certain things in place as far as paperwork wise and all of that. Okay. All right. Let me drop this link in the chat for you guys. There it is. All right. Just go grab that planner, guys. Okay. It's only $19.95. That's what, about a week's worth of Starbucks coffee. You know what I mean? And get started on those projects. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's continue. Let us proceed with what you need. Remember that song, guys? Okay. All right. Let me see if I can find some other tips for you guys. Here's one. Pretty obvious, right? It says, if you're interested in the renovation projects, flooring and all that, it says you want to renovate your flooring before bringing in the furniture. Okay. Duh. I mean, that makes all the sense in the world to me. Okay. It's smart to lay tile or plank the floors before all the furniture is placed. Okay. While flooring can be expensive, there are a lot of material options that are cheaper than natural wood. You can save costs on laminate, vinyl planks, synthetic flooring over real wood and tile. Okay. It's just talking about some options there. If you don't want to go for the authentic stuff, you can go for those. Here's some other tips. Improve your curb appeal with landscaping. Yeah, guys, it's all about curb appeal. I mean, especially if you're thinking about selling a house in the future, which is what a lot of people do. And especially if you're into the real estate game, you want that curb appeal to be, just standing out. Okay. And that has to do with landscaping and all that stuff. Okay. So it's not just about the interior. You want that outside to be looking really, really good and appealing as well. Okay. Okay. So let's see Let's see here. What do you guys think about artificial grass? I was at a home recently, and I can see the appeal of artificial grass. It's very low maintenance. The time to install that, I'm not sure. I haven't researched that, but I'm sure it depending on the size of your yard. I know some people just do it in the front yard. I don't know, maybe a day, 2-3 days, depending on the crew that's doing it. But I don't know about artificial grass. I mean, to me, it has that fake look. It's like I said, it's low maintenance and all that. But I don't know. It takes away from that authentic home feel. It's like it's artificial, just like the name states. It's artificial, and that artificial look, I don't know if I care for that. I think I'll probably just jump on a lawnmower and just take care of the grass, or hire somebody to do it. Take care of my natural grass and have that look, because I didn't grow up with artificial grass. Maybe some of you guys did. It's not really my thing. But to each his own in that respect. Let's see here. Oh, here's one. Here's a good tip, guys. It says start with the kitchen. Start with the kitchen. It says many people choose the kitchen as the first room to renovate for several reasons. Okay, homeowners want to make a good impression. So basically, it's saying here that, hey, when visitors come over, a lot of times, especially it's people are cooking and all that, and they tend to gather in the kitchen. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why you want to start on the kitchen first. And of course, hey, people have to eat, right? You know what I mean? Forget about people coming over, man. You got to eat, you got to cook, right? So it says start on the kitchen first. Or maybe you want to slap some more modern appliances in the kitchen to, they got these cost efficient appliances these days, right? To conserve energy. So you may want to think about slapping those in there. And here's another one. It says, if you want to remove a wall to open up more space in your home, hire a professional. Well, I don't necessarily think you have to be a licensed contractor to open up a wall. You just knock it down. You just got to know where the load-bearing walls are. But yeah, I'm not going to knock that piece of advice, especially if you're ignorant of all the structural details of a home, and so you don't want to just knock down the wrong piece of wood, right, and have the house cave in on you. So, all right. So you can also save money by refinishing and painting cabinets rather than buying new ones. I just mentioned that earlier. You could, if you're one of those frugal people and you don't hate your cabinets, right? You don't have to tear them out. You could just refinish them. Okay. Consider renovating your kitchen before you move in, so you aren't left without cooking capabilities. Like I said, people got to eat, right? Let's see here. Okay. All right, guys. So anyway, guys, that's just a short. I guess you can call it a review of the renovation process, how long it can take, and what you can expect. Right? I didn't go into a bunch of details about it, but you guys get the idea, right? You want to give yourself, like I said, if you think if it's going to be a week, give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? So you won't be surprised, right? And then you could plan around that schedule, okay, accordingly, okay? And you won't be upset with your contractor. They won't be upset with you, and nobody's going to run off and leave the project unfinished, right? Because you have an understanding. I can't tell you how many times I've seen contractors and homeowners, right, or at least heard of in a lot of respects. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of get into it, right? Get into it. And that's like almost getting into it with somebody's cook, the cook at your restaurant. You're getting into it with the cook. You don't want to get into it with the cook, right? You don't know what they're doing back there with your food. But it's the same with a contractor, right? If you have suspicions about your contractor, I have lives on that. I talk about what to look for to make sure that you do your best to get an ethical contractor, versus somebody that's just trying to get your money, right? So there's a fine line there. You don't want to be the homeowner that's constantly looking over the contractor's shoulders, micromanaging them. That could piss them off too, right? So there's, it takes two, right? Yeah, you don't want to be that person. Anyway, guys, that's it. Guys, go get the home improvement planner, the Calibrate home improvement planner. The links it's right here in the chat. Okay. Calibrate home improvement planner. And you can use it on all your devices, guys. You just need a PDF reader like Acrobat or Foxit PDF reader. Okay. Just like anything like that. That's almost like an app. You're going to need a PDF reader to use it. That's just the way it works. Okay. And check it out. Links in the chat right here. And leave a review, guys. Leave a review. Tell me what you think about it, because I'll probably end up upgrading it as I go along, right? I'll end up upgrading the planner over time. Okay. But I wanted to give you guys something now. Okay. And it's a great gift to give away as well. And all you got to do is buy it and download it. That's it. Buy it and download it, and tell me what you think. But hey, guys, I hope you guys got something out of this live. Okay. I come on this live. I don't just come on this live just to come on it. I really want you guys to get something out of my lives and, out of my content. And I see that you are getting something out of it, because I just hit 30,000 subscribers. And I appreciate that. I want to tell you guys I appreciate that. Maybe I should do an official thank you video on how much I appreciate my audience, my viewers. Okay, because I really do. Okay, guys, you're the reason why I'm on this thing called YouTube. I didn't want to be a YouTuber. I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not want to be on YouTube. I felt it was necessary that I come on YouTube because I was some stuff had happened where I said, hey, listen, I have to build a brand around what I do. Okay, which started off inventing a product. Okay, and I once that product was what's the word I should use? Once that I'll just say that I felt I can take more control of the marketing side of my product. Okay, not just everybody claiming it for themselves. So, and that's the exact picture hanging tool. Where is it? Usually have it sitting around here somewhere. And that's why I came on YouTube, guys. And now you guys got me to 30,000. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna do my best to provide some valuable content to you guys, like I've been for the last 4 years or so. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming by. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you got some tips from this live, and I will see you guys on the next one. Go grab your home improvement planner now. Okay, go ahead, go to calibrate.com. Hit that link in the chat right there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.